When they are in water, they'll have to use their nostrils because it is through the nostrils that the air enters in through the lungs. And when on land, as I told you, they use their buccal cavity, they use their skin, and also they use their lungs as respiratory organs. So when in water, frogs respire through lungs. No, because frogs use lungs when they are on land. Osmosis is movement of substances into and out from a higher concentration to lower concentration. Hello everyone, a warm welcome to this session on class 11th Biology for CBSE. I'm Dr. Divya, Biology faculty with the Ashram School of Excellence, Mysore. So in this session, let us learn about respiration in frogs under chapter 7, that is structural organization in animals. So we'll learn about how frogs respire on land and in water, and then we'll move on to learning about some of the MCQs under this particular topic. So to begin with, let us learn about the respiratory system. So under the respiratory system, we mainly have to learn about the lungs and the skin, because the frogs use their skin for respiration when they are on land, and they use their lungs for respiration when they are on land as well, and they also use their buccal cavity for respiration when they are on land. But when they are in water, they mainly use their skin for respiration. So frogs, they respire on land and in water by two different methods, because if they have to use their lungs to respire when they are in water, they'll have to use their nostrils, because it is through the nostrils that the air enters in through the lungs. Now when they are in water, if they use their nostrils, what happens? The water can also enter into the nostrils and cause a lot of problem to the frog. So that is why when they are in water, they actually use dissolved oxygen, wherein whatever dissolved oxygen is there in the water, it enters through minute pores that are present in the skin of the frog. And this type of respiration, wherein the frog respires or exchange of gases takes place through the skin of the frog, it is called as cutaneous respiration. So we call it as cutaneous respiration. And when on land, as I told you, they use their buccal cavity, they use their skin, and also they use their lungs as respiratory organs. So talking about the respiration by lungs. So respiration by lungs in frogs is called as pulmonary respiration. So respiration by skin is called as cutaneous respiration. Respiration by lungs is called as pulmonary respiration. This is important for 1 mark question. And talking about the structure of the lungs. So the lungs are in pairs and they are elongated. They are pink in color and they are sac-like structures, and these lungs are situated exactly in the thorax region or in the upper part of the trunk region of the frog. And as you can see here, this is the thorax or the trunk part in which the lungs are present, and they are two sac-like structures. They are sac-like structures and they are pink in color, and as you can see, they are in pairs. So two are present in the thoracic region. And how does the air exactly enter into the frog? So the air passes through the nostrils. Once it enters through the nostril, it moves to the buccal cavity. So this is the nostril into which the air enters, and then to the mouth or the buccal cavity it enters, and from the buccal cavity it will directly enter into the lungs. So that is how the air passes. And during estivation hibernation, that is during the summer and the winter sleep, the frogs bury themselves deep in the burrows or ground, right? Why? Because they are cold-blooded, they are not capable of regulating the body temperature. So at that time, only thing is that the frogs will remain inactive. They'll not go out in search of food and all that. But respiration has to take place if the frog has to survive, right? So how will they respire? So during estivation and hibernation, when the frog is in complete rest or sleep, they actually respire through their skin. So this is also very important. Or the exchange of gases take place through the pores that are present in the skin. Therefore, during estivation and hibernation, as well as when the frog is in water, they undergo respiration through skin, which is called as cutaneous respiration. So this is about the respiratory system. So now let's learn some of the MCQs under this. So the first one, when in water frogs respire through. So the question is when in water. So what mistake you will do is you will just read half of the question. Frogs respire through. So word is important here. You have to check water. So I have put the word water. So when in water, frogs respire through lungs. No, because frogs use lungs when they are on land. Frogs use their mouth, that is buccal cavity, when they are on land. And frogs use their nostrils when they are on land. So therefore, because the air goes into the nostril, then into the mouth or the buccal cavity, and then into the lungs. So that is how it respires on land. Now the question is, in water, they respire through skin. So option C is the right answer here. Next question. The respiration through skin is called cutaneous, epidermal, pulmonary, circulatory. So this we can remove pulmonary and circulatory, because pulmonary is the respiration through lungs is called as pulmonary respiration, and circulatory, it has nothing to do with respiration. It is something related to the heart. That is how the blood transports and all that. So therefore option C and option D is removed. Here don't get confused between cutaneous and epidermal. Epidermal also means skin. So don't write epidermal here, because the right answer here is cutaneous respiration. So respiration through skin in frog is called cutaneous respiration. Or frogs undergo dash respiration when they are in water, or the question can be when they are hibernating or when they are estivating. So for all the answer is cutaneous itself, option A. Next question. Exchange of gases through frog skin is by. So here exchange of gases. See how I have changed the question, right? Exchange of gases through frog skin is by osmosis, respiration, diffusion, transpiration. Here cutaneous is not given, because cutaneous is a form of respiration, that is respiration through skin. Now through the skin, how the gases move in and out. So here it is by diffusion process. So respiration is a process of taking in air and all that is called as respiration. Osmosis is movement of substances into and out from a higher concentration to lower concentration. Here it is from diffusion is a method wherein the dissolved oxygen which is there in the water moves into the frog's body. That is called as diffusion, wherein here also it moves from higher concentration to lower concentration across a semi-permeable membrane. Here the semi-permeable membrane is the frog skin, right? So because the frog skin is permeable, or it allows only certain substances to pass through it. So therefore here higher concentration of oxygen is there in water. From the water it will pass through the semi-permeable membrane, that is the frog skin, and enter into the frog's body. So therefore it is a process called as diffusion. Transpiration is loss of water that comes in plants. It has nothing to do with the frog. So therefore here diffusion is the right answer. Next, when on land, frogs respire through buccal cavity, skin, lungs, all of the above. It is all of the above, because they make use of all of the above to respire. Now don't just get carried away by reading the question very quick and write the answer as lungs. Here all of the above is the answer, because frogs use their buccal cavity, skin as well as lungs to respire when they are on land. Next question. Respiration by lungs is called cutaneous, pulmonary, cellular, epidermal. So respiration by lungs. Cutaneous, it is respiration by skin. Pulmonary. So respiration by lungs is called as pulmonary. Next question. Which of these statement is not true? We have to find out the false statement about the lungs of frogs. Sac-like pink colored. Of course, the lungs of frogs are sac-like. They look like a gunny bag and they are pink in color. So this option we can eliminate. Present in the thorax or present in the upper part of the trunk region, that is also same, because the lungs are situated in the thorax or the upper part of the trunk. So therefore this option needs to be eliminated. They are connected to the ureter. Lungs are not connected to the ureter. It is the kidney, which is the excretory organ, that is connected to two tube-like structures called as ureter. So therefore, this has nothing to do with respiration. So therefore, option C is the right answer. And they are in pair. Of course, the lungs are in pair. So this option can be eliminated. So which of these statement is not true about the lungs of the frog? The lungs are connected to the ureter. That is not true. It is false. So option C is the answer here. Next question. Respiration in frogs during aestivation is true, or respiration in frogs during hibernation is true, or respiration in frogs during winter sleep is true, during summer sleep is true. Like that also the question can be framed. So is through skin. So for all these questions, the answer is option A, skin. So because buccal cavity, lungs and all that, when they are on land, of course, they are on land only when they are hibernating or aestivating. But only thing is, they'll be buried in the soil or in burrows. So therefore, they use the skin for respiration. Next question. Which of these statement is correct about respiration in frogs? So which of these statement is correct? We have to find out the true statement about respiration in frog. Frogs breathe through nostrils into the buccal cavity. That is true because frogs, they take in air through the nostrils, which enters into the buccal cavity and then into the lungs. So this statement is correct. Frogs respire only when on land. No. Frogs can respire when on land and in water also. Only difference is when on land they use skin, lungs and buccal cavity. When in water they use only the skin. So this can be removed because the statement is false. Next, during hibernation they respire through lungs. No, be it hibernation or be it aestivation, frogs respire through skin. So therefore this statement is not correct. Frogs do not respire when in water. No, frogs respire in water, but they use their skin for respiration. So therefore this statement is also wrong. The only statement that is correct about respiration in frogs regarding these four options is frogs breathe through nostril into the buccal cavity. So that is true. So this was about the session wherein we learnt about the respiratory system in frogs and learned some of the important MCQs that can be framed under this particular topic for exam point of view. So I hope you understood the session well. We shall meet again in the coming session wherein we'll study a new topic and the MCQs under it. So see you in the next session. Thank you.